Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Lascella, the art teacher. Go ahead and wave so I know you can hear me. Very good. This is an asynchronous class. That means I am recording this for YouTube and for my records in case I'm sick or you're sick, and you'll be able to revisit it. You'll be able to see things over the weekends too if you want. This way you can pause, rewind, and watch it with a friend. So we are going to be learning about harvest. What is harvest? What does a harvest mean? We're going to be reading one book today, and we're going to be doing one project today. We're going to be making our very own creepy carrots, and we're going to be reading the book of the same name, Creepy Carrots. We're also going to be reviewing old shapes and new shapes today. And if you want for that, you can play along and draw along with us. You'll need crayons, paper, and I like to also have a pencil ready just in case we don't have crayons, or when we're finished, we sign our name. All right, I'll also be going over glue, and I think we will be talking about, we'll be talking about the timer. I have a new initiative, which means I would like to give you screen breaks. So we will have two breaks of 5 minutes each. This will give you time to get away from the screen, and hopefully you'll be able to stretch or have a sip of water. We'll talk about that time when it comes. In the meantime, I hope all of us are here. We are now going to read Creepy Carrots. This is my son's favorite. I call it Creepy Carrots. Look at all those carrots. You can make carrots like this if you want, but the carrots we're going to make are going to have personality. That means they have a face, eyes, mouth, and the eyebrows really give it personality. Creepy Carrots. The words are by Aaron Reynolds, and the pictures are by Peter Brown. That means the author is Aaron Reynolds, and the illustrator is Peter Brown. Jasper Rabbit had the passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Crackenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. Until they started following him. He first noticed something strange after the big game against East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it, the soft, sinister crunk, crunk, crunk of carrots creeping. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought. But he hopped a little faster. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were. Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Crackenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Woo! Creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, "Mom, Mom!" Jasper screamed. "Creepy carrots in the shed!" His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. "There are no such things as creepy carrots," Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it breathing, terrible, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, "Creepy carrots!" he shouted. "Dad! Dad!" His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the lights. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. "Just a bad dream, son," his dad said, shaking his head. "Now go to sleep." That wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no trunk. There was no creepy carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that creepy carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field cheered. Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that creepy patch ever again. The end. Good job. All right. That was Creepy Carrots. What was the name of the main character? The protagonist, they call it. His name was Jasper. That's right. Did his parents believe what Jasper was saying about the creepy carrots being everywhere? No, they didn't believe him. And why were the carrots visiting Jasper? That's right. They were visiting Jasper because he kept eating them. That's right. So he made a big wall and he stopped himself from eating them. So did they bother him after he built the wall? Nope. All right. We're going to make our very own creepy carrots in just a moment. But first, we're going to review shapes. And we're even going to go over glue and scissor safety right after these messages. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to set my cool Pokey Parakeet timer for you for 5 minutes from now. I want you to get away from the screen. Go ahead and stand up, do some stretching, do a little walk or two around the room. If a parent lets you, you can walk outside with them. Just be back before the timer goes off. You'll see the timer will go off when there is no more red left on the timer. All right, there we have it. Get away from the computer screen, the monitor, or the tablet. Time to come on back. You're going to sit back down in front of your screen, and we're going to do some shapes and a scissor song. But first, I want to talk about glue safety. Okay. All right, first, we'll just start off with the easy one, glue stick. This is one everyone should have, okay? This is really easy to use. You take the cap off, you put the cap next to you like this, and you turn it up, kind of like chapstick. About that height is right. It's a good amount. And you put it on the paper, the smaller piece of paper, and you stick it onto the bigger piece of paper. Count to at least 10. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then when you're finished, you just twist it down and put the cap back on. Okay? That's how you use the glue stick. The harder one is the glue bottle. All right, now we shouldn't have any open glue anymore. We used to have, sometimes teachers would have it in a bowl with like maybe a tongue depressor or a stick in it, like a popsicle stick, or sometimes there would be toothpicks, and you'd be able to drip it on there with a toothpick. We're not going to be doing that. No more sponges with glue on them. No more communal glue. You might have a smaller version of the white glue. All right. To open it, twist it just like that, and then you put a dot on. Remember, one dot holds a lot. Repeat after me. One dot holds a lot. Very good. Now, you do the prescribed amount of dots on the paper. In our class, we're not going to be using much glue, but your kindergarten teacher or others may ask you to use the glue, and in which case they'll tell you how many dots they want on each piece before you glue it on there. When you're done, make sure the orange connects to the white like this. And you can even wipe the top off with your fingers like that. All right, so this way it's clean on the top. Let me see you rub your fingers. Very good. If you get it on your hands, on your palms, you just rub them together until it gets really warm. Peel those pieces off. Then when you're finished, you're going to wash your hand with warm water and soap. Please make sure you don't have any wet glue on your hands when you're washing your hands. It'll get messier, believe it or not. So after you've kind of rubbed your hands together and picked off the gross little pieces, you'll then be able to use warm water and soap, or you can use hand sanitizer. Let me show you how I use hand sanitizer. I use a small bit on my hand, and I rub it in singing the ABCs. You can sing with me if you want. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sanitize with me? All right. So that's how we clean with our hand sanitizer. Next, we're going to go over some shapes. If you want to play along with me, you can get your crayon colors and a piece of paper. You can look at me and put it off to the side. As long as you can see me and I can see you, we're going to do fine. I hold my paper this direction, landscape view, or horizontal. Say horizontal. All right. So, first color I'm going to get is red. We're going to now make a circle. Say circle. Very good. The next color I'm going to use is, shout it out when you see it. Very good. You're going to make a three-sided shape. What's the three-sided shape called? That's right, a triangle. All right, the next color we're going to use is going to be brick red. All right, it's the one I picked out. So we're going to use that for a really long and thin line like this. What shape is that? It's got four sides. It does look like a line, but it is correct. It is a rectangle. We're not going to use that one again. We're going to use this color next. Blue. All right, for the blue, we're going to make this shape. It has 4 sides. They're not equal. What shape is it? Say trapezoid. Next color we're going to get orange, or macaroni and cheese, they call this. Guess what this is going to be for? The macaroni noodle shape. Very good. Put that back. We're going to get this color. That's hard to see. There we are. It's hard to tell, but that is purple. In this case, orchid. We're going to now draw that shape. What is it? Oval. Now remember, when you're coloring in lightly, you could always use the back of a crayon about halfway up. I'm going to color this oval just to give you a chance to catch up on things. If you want to color it in, go ahead. Use the back of the crayon if you can. See, it's not perfect. I even went outside the line, but that's okay, especially when you're coloring with the back of the crayon. Okay, let's try another color. What color is this? Brown. We're going to do a brown color. Is going to be the, it's half of this. That's right, half a circle is a semicircle. Now what I do is I like to draw a bridge and then put a line on it. There's our semicircle. We're going to need that soon. Next color. Ooh, here's a good one. We don't use this often. Gray. Now, if you don't have gray, that's okay. You could use a black crayon. Okay, with gray, I'm going to make this shape. Cloud, or bunny tail, or tree, or bush, or shrub. Those are all acceptable. All right, next color. Some of us don't have this one. That's okay. Pink. If you don't have pink, you could use red lightly. Okay, this is going to be used for this shape. It's really more of a line. It's a capital letter Y. Remember how we made our Y trees? That's why we are going to review it. We're going to have an opportunity to make our own little Y tree in the background. So that's why I have a Y there. We're going to now pick another color. Running out of colors. We have blue. This is going to be for our lines. What is this called? Curly Q or a loop-de-loo. What color? Green. It is a straight line, but it's supposed to be a horizontal line. Say horizontal line. That makes this a vertical line. Green, yellow. What do they have that? Goldenrod, so it is a yellow. This one is for this line. Diagonal. It's a diagonal line. Say diagonal line. All right, I'm going to use black now for the 2 next shapes. All right. Some people call this a half a moon. And that's okay because we're going to be doing a crescent moon. You can just call it a crescent. Say crescent. Kind of looks like a banana. And the other one is super duper tricky. I don't expect you to get this, but I do expect you to try it. It's a star. Okay, the way I start is I start by kind of like making a letter A. Don't let your crayon leave. See how I have an A? My bottom is there. Now I'm going to cross over like this, then across, oops, and then down, and I connect the last part of the A. I'll do it one more time. Up, down, over, across, connect. It gets tricky, but that's all right. That's one of the ways you can make a star. All right, and that's how I do mine. You could have a little bit of a different way, and that's okay. Or your star can just look like a little dot if you want. It's all up to you. I prefer that you gave it a try and tried to make actual 5-point stars is what these are. Perhaps next time we'll do a 6-point star. All right. Actually, I think we do 6-point stars in December. All right, so we have these done, all of our awesome fun shapes, and it's time for our next break. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock, get up and away, take a step back. When the red runs out, it's going to beep. So if you have headset on, you just take the headset off, unplug the headset so you can hear it beep. And I'd like you to get up and stretch, okay? You can just touch to the sky. You could go up on your tippy toes and try to touch the sky. Then you touch your hips, and then you try to touch your toes without bending your knees. And you could do that maybe about 12 times, okay? All right, come on back. I hope you had a good break from the screen. It's good that we have these interval breaks, okay? We are going to use the back of our piece of paper, and we are going to try to create our very own creepy carrot picture, all right? So using the back of your paper and holding it landscape view or horizontal, you're going to start with your black crayon. Please don't use any markers. Colored pencils are fine, but they break easy. Crayons are the best, even if they're not even if they're broken, they're fine. If you only have a few crayon colors, that's okay. I am not judging on the color. I am not judging on necessarily the material you're drawing on or with. What I am doing is I need to have a picture sent to me so I can give you credit. Okay, it doesn't even have to be the creepy carrots. Once again, you don't have to draw faces on your carrots either. Okay, sometimes we can't draw faces on our food, and I understand that 100%. Just try to draw carrots then. All right, but I am going to try to show you how to do different faces, as we have been doing this with the monsters for at least a month. 4 different assignments we've had monsters and faces and pictures. So we're going to try to put some of those into practice, and that's why we're going to be doing 3 different carrots, okay, and carrot types. Okay, have your crayon ready, and the first thing we're going to do is start with a letter V. Okay, it's going to be really close together. It's going to be kind of like our V tree, our V shrub. But you're going to put it in the middle like this. All right. The next thing you're going to do is add a semicircle top to it, but not a cross, okay? So it's a V, it's an open triangle, so it only has 2 sides. But if we put a third one across, it would look like a triangle. And now we're going to make a semicircle for the top of our creepy carrot. See, we have creepy carrots all here. They have a rounded top, and that's what we're going to try to attempt. There we have it. Now we could practice 2 others. You can make a short and open letter V. Okay. Kind of like an ice cream cone. Now it has a top. And we can make almost a triangle. All right, so those are our 3 shapes that we're going to work with. It's okay if yours look different. It's okay if yours are all 3 triangles with, kind of like wedges. That's okay. We're going to now draw eyes. Okay, this is where we get the personality. But before we do the eyes, we're going to do the eyebrows. So for the eyebrows and the eyes, we're going to do pointing down like this. It's going to be mean eye in the middle one. This one over here could just be straight across. And this little one, we're just going to draw triangle eyes like this. It has built-in meanness. When the eyes are pointed down, that's when it looks mean. When the eyes are up, there's innocent. And then just straight across, that's meh. Meh. All right, we are going to next draw, the mouth. Oh, let's do the eyes first. You can add ovals to the bottom of this, in the middle, and you could just add semicircles to the bottom of this. Semi-ovals will work fine too. Then we could add our eyeballs right in the middle, because we want these guys to look right at us. So you put them in the middle. There should be white all around them. Remember, there's 2 ways to do the dots. You can put it on and spin it, or you could just make a tiny little circle just by holding your crayon like you would a regular pencil. All right, there's my 3 eyes. Make it a little thicker. All right. Next thing we're going to do is the mouth. We have an oval here. We have a line here. Meh. And we have our semicircle here. Now, we can make any kind of teeth we would like. I'm going to do the semicircle for this one in the middle. For the open oval, we could do triangles, and you could go anywhere you want. Ooh, yeah, do triangles all the way around. This one, we could add our heart top. Remember the tongue? And then we could add rectangles or squares. Very fun. Now we get to add their hair, the stalk part. You see up here we have lines coming out. They have different lines that are popping out. And then they have that cloud bunny tail shape. So for this one over here, you're just going to put a bunch of lines up like this. Ah! Then this one over here, we can just do two thin rectangles off to the sides. And this guy can have any way you want. I'm going to try to do a curly loop-de-loo. That's really difficult. Give it a try. All right. Now the next thing is to add little clouds on the top of them. Okay? They could look like that. They could go and do loop-de-loos. That'll work. You can let them go in a little bit like that. Just like that. All right, those are some different ways that you can use your rectangles and your clouds shapes to make the tops of the carrots. The next thing we're going to do is draw the horizon line. Okay, remember the horizon line. When you're at the shore, it's where the ocean meets the sky, or it's where the ground meets the sky. So we draw a line, a straight line, and we don't go in the front of the carrot, we go behind it, just like that. Which reminds me, we could add some extra details to our carrots. Like we could add some roots coming down. You could add some lines on your carrots. Curved lines would be best. Little hash marks maybe. And you can go all the way up. Straight lines are fine, curved lines are okay. Mine are a combination of the two. All right, now we have our creepy carrot design. We need to now make our own little house. Okay, we have to make Jasper's house in the background. You just make a square or a rectangle, and then trapezoid on top of it. You can add a door and some windows. You can even add a smokestack. Remember how we did a rectangle for a smokestack last week? Feel free to do that. You can even put a little bit of a loop-de-loo going out like there's smoke in the fireplace. All right? You can add roofing tile shingles by going like this, making the letter U, like we did our fish scales. All right? We're next going to We can make a pumpkin back here, a tiny pumpkin. Actually, let's do a tiny pumpkin right down here. Okay, you do that by making an oval. Put a dot on the top and the bottom. Making a letter C, connecting the top to the bottom dot. A bigger letter C, kind of like the crescent that we learned about. And we do it on the other side, but reversed. And we use a rhombus for the stem. You can even do a little curly. All right, just like that. Now it's harvest season, that's why we're doing this. And remember, harvest season is when we take in all the crops that are growing so we can prepare for winter. All right, we don't want to have crops out during the first frost. I'm not sure if I went over that or not, but I want to make sure that harvest time is time to collect all the crops that are outside in the weather, so this way they do not get snowed on, they don't get frosted on. They definitely don't want hail. Hail can destroy crops real easy, so you want to get them in before the first winter. So you get them in around this time is a great time to start picking and plucking. Next, we're going to put in corn. Remember we did corn last week? We could put a stalk of corn in here. We're going to put corn over here. Remember, it's a line. You could put a triangle at the bottom, 2 triangles, and then ovals. Now, the thing that makes this corn, not just the triangles and the ovals, it's that it has 1, 2, 3 things sticking out the top. That gives us a chance over here to make our Y tree. Make it tiny because it's on the horizon line. Remember, it's autumn, it's fall. You can color that tree any color you want. Since we have that, we can even make a bush over here. A V shrub. There's a letter V in there. Which reminds us about grass. You could put grass down at the very bottom by using a letter V. Make it green. You could just use a line like a number 1. Or bird's foot. The final 2 things that we're going to add, or 3 or 4, you'll see what I'm talking about. We need to add our crescent moon. There's your crescent. And then we try to add stars. Up, down, left, and right. They could be big, they could be small. Let me see how small I can go. Now you can use the back of your crayon to color from the horizon line all the way up, okay? Or you could start at the horizon line at the top, and then color all the way down to the horizon line. Do not go in front of the house or the carrots or the top part of the carrots. When you're coloring, this is green. Carrots are what color? Orange. The insides of the mouths can be black or gray. And you can even make the tongue pink or red. You can color this brown. This is like our soil, our dirt, our ground. This could be yellow, or it could be brown, or it could be a combination. Then when you're finished, you write your name at the bottom. Just like that. And I'd like you to color it in, take a picture, and send it to my email address, klassala@wboe.net. All right, that's how I know that you've watched the whole program, is that you send me a colored picture of your creepy carrots, or carrots, doesn't matter, they don't have to be creepy. You can send that in, and I'll be able to put it on the website after I edit it. So please make sure you color them. You don't have to color them the rest of it today. You could do it maybe after school sometime. You could do it over the weekend is fine. There's no importance to getting it in, but I do need to have them sent in. I want you to thank the adult that you're with. I appreciate it. And now I'd like you to have a great day, wave goodbye, and have a wonderful week. Keep creating.